evil, concerned with thievery, medieval prehistoric rhetoric. Well, we ahead of that. Lay it down with sound waves that pound pavement. Original minstrels, my central processing unit is into it. My heart for this art, not artificial, cause that makes it hard to miss you. Copycats finish last in the human race, staying glued to safes, too prude to take a Buddha break. We got espers that let us bless with fresh shit, undetected by yes men quested for 5 fleeting nanoseconds of fame, protecting the brain from conspiracies against my cosmos, while I float the Neo Tokyo with OPO, or discuss combustible rust clusters with plus, evade cyber police in a computer crib, confuse the kids, but I can make it kick and rhymes that's sacred, telepathic mind that takes its greatness from the matrix, Esper, rhyme professor, rushes a cold depression with correction measures, while half the world's a desert, cannibals eat human brains for dessert, buried in a deep dirt, mobility inert.
Alright, what's up everyone? We are live. We are live. And I'm coming through you like a ghost through the screen. How's everyone doing tonight? You're going to join me tonight on some habits that I need to complete for the day. Probably going to read the Bible. Going to... I usually practice guitar, but I don't know. I don't have one near me. Maybe I'll go grab it. We'll see. What else we got to do? We probably got to journal. We probably got to check my voicemails. Probably check my bank account. You know, we're going to budget. We're going to do some good things here. So glad that y'all are tuned in here. Should be a good show. And let's get into it. So first things first, like I've done in other streams, we're going to pull up my today list that I'm looking to complete. So let's do it like this. Alright, and we'll get this screen capture going here. Watching the NFL on one of my devices. Alright, here we go. So this is what we're trying to do today. Pretty basic list, nothing too fancy. I don't know if I can make that bigger. Let's see. No, that's just how it is. That's just how big it goes. So first things first, got a journal. So let's go ahead and get my journal out. And I'm gonna create a new journal entry. And you know what? For all of you too, I'll just bring it on screen so that way we can follow along. Let's see here. Where's my journal? There it is. Alright. So, guess what, folks? We are in October. And we're going to go ahead and put the year on it as well. We're going to sit back in my chair and I'm going to think about what I want to write about. So, today... I always put where I'm sitting in my computer chair, basement, home, streaming, across YouTube, Twitch, and we're also on TikTok. Okay, so, alright, what do I want to journal about? Today, was in the car for 6 hours. Long drive, although I didn't drive the whole way or really at all, but it was in the car for 6 hours. Along the way, stopped at this gondola ride, and Lutsen was pretty sweet. We took this gondola ride through the forest, which was really spectacular. Right now the forest fall colors are peaking, so it was really special. And I have some photos. I probably should slip one here in the journal. I usually don't put photos in the journal though. Usually I just like write. So let's see here. Can I increase this size at all for screen? Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, what else we want to put here for journal? Let's see here. Also got a little beard trim today, which is nice. Beard trim. at El Patron. Got a clean, sharp cut. What else we got going on that I want to write about? Let's do this. Let's pull this on screen a little bit more. What else do I want to write about? Tomorrow I got a business thing going on. I'm going to be heading to a town about an hour away as part of this Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program. I'll be speaking on a round table. Sounds like the mayor is going to be there. There's going to be like some other founders, funders, individuals, peoples. So yeah, I get to represent a program that I participated in myself, the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program. So super stoked about that. Be able to share the story of my own small business pursuit, as well as be able to share that with others that might have an impact. It's always good to get our stories out there, it's especially in that small business community. So we'll be going. I mean, it's not so much. Usually, I journal about what I did and not so much about what I'm going to be doing. But we'll be going tomorrow to the 10KSB round table talk. Gosh, yeah. What else do I want to put? Oh yeah. So my dog Lobo also went on the gondola ride, which was pretty hilarious. It was really difficult to control. Gondola ride was a bit tricky to control around all these other people. He's a big old dog, 80 pounds, but he was pretty good. 80 pounds and no. Anyways, I usually want to just try to journal for a few minutes. I feel like I've been doing it. Live journaling is a little bit different because I feel like when I just journal on my own, I just kind of put whatever down. But I know I'm slightly censoring when I put them in here because everyone can see this anyways. We're going to call that done. So I'm going to go back to my to-do list and we'll check that off. Okay, so next on the list, and usually I time these things, I just press the spacebar button in my app called Sunsama here. Now we're going to check out my voicemails. Every day I just want to make sure that I cleared out my voicemails because it's one thing that I always just carry close to me is that if people are trying to get a hold of me, especially if they call and leave a voicemail, like I want to get back to them within a day. So like at the end of every day, I want to see that there's no voicemails, which here's the proof. Let me see that. I don't know if you can actually see the green screen and all that, but can you see my phone? No voicemails. It's nice and clean. So we're going to go ahead and check voicemails off. No problemo there. Now let's go on to text. Kind of the same thing with text, same way. Like I don't want to leave people texting or not getting a response from me. So usually I go in here and be like, all right, who am I texting? And then if I haven't responded to them yet, so I'm going to go through here, see what's going on. Let's see. That should work. I got some buddies who want to do a guitar jam sesh later this week, on the weekend actually. On Sunday, that should work. Let me follow up tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably have the boys over and do some jamming on Sunday. That would be dopes. And let's see, what else? Did I follow up with everyone else? It looks like I have. Alright, so we're going to call the text done. Next is emails. Let's go ahead and check my emails now. This is also a tricky thing to do live because I don't necessarily want everyone seeing all my emails, because there are some things in here that I just don't want you to see. Imagine that. But in the meantime, what I'll tell you is one is I could probably just talk through the emails I'm getting and just like bring them up with you. Maybe I'll bring like an email on screen from time to time just to kind of keep you guys going. Let's see here. Bum, bum, bum. All right, so one email I have here is also I'm trying to keep track on this Tampa Bay Bucks and Atlanta Falcons game. That's in the fourth quarter, 9 minutes left. So I got that going on here, right? I could probably show it on screen for just a second, right? That's it. Alright, anywho. How could I do this in a way that I could share? How can I hide all these labels and things? Can I not do that? So much like junk here on the left. I don't think I need any of this. I probably should just remove these labels. Remove and delete. Remove and delete. Y'all don't need to be seeing all this. Let's see. Gmail, Boomerang, Business, Client, GSD, Horses, Money, Seminar, Personal. I guess these aren't that bad. Okay. So from time to time, I might show something on screen to y'all. This is what I'll do. Man, bookmark manager, bookmark bar. I don't want you to see my bookmarks either. So we just gotta sanitize it all. All right. And I don't want to see that either. Too much. Too much. All right, here we go. Anyways, we're gonna bring this on screen now, and we're gonna start going through some emails. That's exactly what you want to hear, right? Anyways, we're going to do this and do that. Sweet. All right, so as I find relevant, interesting ones, I will pull them on screen and we will talk about them. Like this one. October is orange and black all over from the Minnesota Zoo. So look at this guy. Come for the colors, costumes, and cubs of the season. Here are your top 5 things to do at the zoo this month. So they got these new tigers. I like that. Here's a link to them as well. Oh, look at the little tigers. They're so cute. I bet you they're so heavy. They look like so... Look at this guy's head. He's so silly. Little tigers. That's fun. So I definitely want to see the tigers at some point. Also, they're going to have this like jack-o'-lantern path thing going on where there's like hundreds or thousands of jack-o'-lanterns that are
a magical forest.
Yeah, look at this magical forest.
Don't miss the Minnesota Zoo's Jack-O-Lantern Spectacular.
Yeah, I wants to go to this with
this
me.
popular annual event as you walk through
Definitely
a
wanna
wooded
go check
trail
out this,
lit from the glow of more than 5,000 artistically carved pumpkins. Enjoy festive themed snacks and drinks along the way. Jack-O-Lantern Spectacular, only at the Minnesota Zoo. September 28th through November 2nd. For more information and tickets, go to mnzoo.org.
All right. Well, that's cool. Should definitely do that. What else we got here? The Hoots, Howls, and Growls events are sold out. Oh, the all adult. You can still have an adult night at Jack-O-Lantern Spectacular when you pick. After most families with children have departed, and enjoy $4 to $6 late night tickets, and stay and play until the event closes midnight on Friday. Wow, it's late for the zoo. It's almost any weekend. Yes, it is. Dino Hideout. I don't know about that. That's not for me. All right, that's good. So that was a good email. I am wanting. Let's see here. If I don't want you to see this anymore, I think I'll just pull it off screen. Yeah, okay, good. All right, so that email's done. I got a receipt from the barber. I got emails from school. I got some Amazon emails from some gifts I'm buying. Equifax, you know, they're soliciting to me to get a credit report, which is good. Just so you know, everyone, you can get a free credit report one time a year. So you should definitely do that. Definitely be doing that. What else we got here? So we got Message from our designers. No, I don't want to do that. Alright, yeah. Don't trash email from my trash people. Anyways, here's another one. Your voice matters. Minnesota Council on Latino Affairs. Your voice matters. Tu voz importa. MCLA Legislative Priority Survey. Encuesta de prioridades legislativas. Well, that's fun. I should read this in English and Spanish. It'd probably be good. I could count it as my Spanish lesson for the day. So MCLA or MCLA, I think they call it MINCLA, is an executive branch agency that advises on policy and legislation and works for more than 345,000 Latino Minnesotans to ensure equality and equity statewide. O en español, MINCLA es una agencia de gobierno que asesoría sobre políticas y legislación y trabaja para más de 345,000 latinos en Minnesota, a fin de asegurar igualdad y equidad en todo el estado. Okay. Legislative Priority Survey. Your voice matters. Take the MINCLA Legislative Priority Survey. Make your voice count. It only takes 15 minutes to share your thoughts with us and Minnesota State Government. Respond by October 18th. Gracias. All right. So what else we got here? We got the Minnesota Council on Latino Affairs is committed to advocating for the needs of Latino communities in Minnesota to enhance our advocacy strategies within the governor office and the state legislature. We have hired the consulting firm Lighthouse Global to conduct a survey on priorities and needs of our community. We invite you to take 15 minutes to share your thoughts with us. Your responses will be completely confidential and be used solely to guide our efforts towards positive change. Your voice is very important to our community. Fill out the survey, tiny URL. And then it's the same section of the email, pero en español. El Consejo de Asuntos Latinos de Minnesota está comprometido a abogar por las necesidades de las comunidades latinas en Minnesota para mejorar nuestras estrategias de trabajo con la oficina de gobernador y vicegobernador y la legislatura estatal. Hemos contratado a la firma consultora Lighthouse Global para realizar una encuesta sobre las prioridades y necesidades de nuestra comunidad. Te invitamos a dedicar 15 minutos para compartir tus pensamientos con nosotros. Tus respuestas serán completamente confidenciales y se utilizarán únicamente para guiar nuestros esfuerzos hacia un cambio positivo. Tu voz es muy importante para nuestra comunidad. Llena la encuesta. Okay. That one was a little harder for me to do. But let's do it. Let's see what we got. Alright, Lighthouse Global, Qualtrics. Your voice matters, and I feel like I just read something like this. And in your opinion, how successful has implementation of driver's license for all has been? Well, I mean, that's an interesting question. I guess I don't know how to really answer that. I know it's very exciting that it passed, but I don't know what is meant by success. How successful has the implementation? It seems like it's been successful. I had a cousin maybe 10 years ago who was visiting from Mexico, and he had overstayed on a visa. Now, because he was in a fender bender with an off-duty officer that basically called him out on his status, and eventually kind of started the whole, eventually self deportation process that he went through. But because of that, he was like put on the list, and he's like maybe he couldn't come back, and like all these things, very complicated, right? And so now if he would have had a driver's license, right, like he maybe wouldn't have been put in that situation. Now, granted, his visa was expired, and you're not technically supposed to be in the country, right? But he was working a job, paying his taxes, being law abiding. I mean, so it's we got immigration problems for sure. I think having driver's license for all is productive for our economies and for making sure people can drive safely and move around safely in this country. Are you aware that individual taxpayer identification numbers I-10 holders can use their I-10 to apply for benefits such as tax credits, housing, rent, and services such as public utilities? I guess I did not know. No, but I know now. I like that answer to that question. No, but I know now because you just told me. All right. Have you or someone you know used an I-10 to apply for benefits? And it's like, I guess I don't talk to people, I guess, a lot about this. I know my father works with a lot of Latinos senior in a day center. So I'm sure but I feel like most of them, because they're qualifying for like Minnesota Care, I believe that most of them are probably like have stuff beyond an I-10. Like I don't think it's just like an I-10 only. So I don't know. I'm just gonna do no because I don't. No one's actually came up to me and been like, I use this or I use that, right? Okay. What are the main barriers preventing Latine students from succeeding academically? Language barriers, lack of bilingual support, financial challenges, limited access to extracurricular activities, lack of academic support, cultural disconnect with school, staff, and curriculum, bullying and discrimination, adequate parental engagement due to language or work constraints or something other. Well, if I had to look into my own experience and say, well, like what prevented me from succeeding academically, maybe I did drop out of college, but that was like the point where I started to kind of like I wanted to go and just work and do my own thing, and so I was like, I'd drop out for college for the time being, and trust me, my mother was not thrilled with that, but what kind of got in my way was I think I wasn't getting I didn't really like immerse myself into kind of the college culture and life. I was still I was dating at the time. I was kind of like distracted, like the Iraq war was happening and very distracting, and I started gaming a lot and just being lazy, for the most part. And so I was like, and I thought I'd do a business, right? I was like, I'm going to do a business. I'm going to self-teach my stuff, a lot of technical stuff, which I did end up doing. But if I had to think about, I know broader Latine students, like what gets in the way, but I think if I had to pull from my own experience and what came from me, one was like having parents who like we filled out the FAFSA, but it was like they didn't give money, or like it was like, yeah, I know, it was like, Dad, like your FAFSA says your expected family contribution is blah blah blah, right? But like in reality family contribution was like 0. And so like I don't know how FAFSA comes up with these expected things. They're kind of wild sometimes, and being from like we weren't in the class where it was like getting handed down a college fund or any of that kind of stuff. So I think financial challenges were definitely at the top of that. I didn't have like language stuff for myself. I definitely believe that is true for others, but I'm just going to more answer for myself. Yes, the cultural disconnect. I think that was a thing for me too back in the time. But it was probably just that. I'll keep it there. Have you heard about the North Star Promise? North Star Promise program offers free college tuition to Minnesota residents whose families earn less than $80,000 a year. To qualify, just fill out a FAFSA, there you go again, or a Minnesota Dream Act application. This program makes college more affordable at Minnesota State College and University of Minnesota campuses and tribal colleges. I have not, but I have now. I do like that answer. It's also like... kind of like, thank you for educating me. It's like you're kind of educating me slightly through this survey at the same time. Okay, so what do we got next? We got, how do you see the North Star Promise impacting the Latino community in Minnesota? Well, you just told me that it's going to give them money, so, I'm going to say positive. I mean, maybe not like very positively, because again, it's a little money for school, but like, look, you're giving 8 stacks for school. what is that going to cost, or what is that going to cover? Like, I don't know, like 10 credits, you know, like 3 classes or something. It's like, I can't even go back to see what it does, but it's not a lot, right? Maybe there's more that I just missed, but I'll give it the somewhat. Have you heard about the expansion of Minnesota Care to immigrants regardless of status? Beginning on, oh wow, that's interesting. Beginning on January 1st, eligible under certain income levels and regardless of immigration status will be able to purchase health insurance under the Minnesota Care program. That's really interesting. I wonder if that could be something that some of my business clients might be interested in. So I'm actually just going to screenshot this. And I'm going to send it over to one of them because I have someone in mind who's, again, in a day center. So I wonder if they're aware of this law, because that could have a huge change if the type of care that they're on, if the Minnesota Care package that they're on covers day care facilities. That could be. I have heard about it, and I plan to apply. Well, this doesn't really apply to me, but I don't need it. I think I have heard of it, but I don't, or I have not heard, but don't need it. Yeah, I think that's more accurate for me. All right. What are the most urgent economic needs within the Latina communities in Minnesota that should be addressed through legislative action? Affordable housing and home ownership support, access to capital for small businesses, job training and workforce development programs, childcare support for working families, healthcare insurance and healthcare access, transportation access, especially in rural areas. Well, I think at the backbone of, honestly, access to capital for small businesses, particularly in this community, a lot of enterprising individuals, right? And for a lot of minorities, it's access to capital is like such a huge issue. Sometimes you get access to capital, but it's like terrible capital, expensive capital, high interest capital, like very like predatory type stuff, and it's tough. If you don't have good credit or a history of good credit or a lot of assets on hand or like a business with a lot of collateral, then you're gonna. Trust me, I've heard dozens of different reasons why banks didn't want to give me money. So getting access to capital is definitely a huge thing. Housing and home ownership, I think, especially these days, is also really big. I mean, come on now, it's like so expensive to be living. Anyways, job training, I'm not really sure. Child support. Again, I'm kind of just answering this more for personally. I think, again, like our healthcare system in this country is frankly absurd in terms of like how expensive it is and just how the options that we have. I feel like we deserve more. All right, what should be the top legislative priorities to support Latina Minnesotans? Greater representation of Latino voices and legislative processes. Increased funding for Latino-focused nonprofits and community programs. Expansion of public health services in Latino communities. Lead efforts of the Minnesota Latino Museum bill alongside Neo Muralismos de Mexico. No, some like some Spanglish stuff going on or something. Support for cultural events and initiatives that promote Latino heritage, implementation of anti-discrimination policies across all sectors. Well, okay, so like all these like on theory sound good, but what should be the top? I mean, representation is always good. Increased funding is good. Nonprofits, expansion of public health services. This Latino Museum, that does sound really cool though. Support for cultural events and initiatives that promote heritage, anti-discrimination policies across. Jeez, I mean. I think representation is probably the one. I'm just gonna pick one. I know they're all good. It's not like I don't want any of those, but just it's like I could pick all of them, and it's like, but I just want one to kind of rise to the top. If you were elected president in the upcoming elections, what would your top priority for the community? Boy, man, that is a very if I were elected president. Oh smokes, man. Honestly, like the one thing that I see here, again, these are all good, but the one that probably is the most like is probably just like peace or like preventing an all out escalation of war, in so many different places in our country. It's just like, I don't know. So it's just like, I would just say like peace, to be honest. Peace, building. I don't know. That is probably the one that matters the most. So if we don't have no peace, it's like, man, it's hard to worry about those other things. Okay, we're almost done. Please share some information about your background. We'll not share it. Well, all right, fine. I'll tell you I'm male, but I might do a couple of prefer not to answers because I'm streaming. You don't know how old I am. And let's not do that one either. What is the highest? Well, yeah, I'm okay saying I've done bachelor's. I'll tell you that. And that's it. Gracias por dedicarle su tiempo a esta encuesta. Se ha registrado su respuesta. De nada. Alright. Good. So that was the survey, which makes my email checking go a little longer, but hey, we're doing it for the show, so it's alright. Alright, so I got it. Let me get my NFL back on. What happened here? There was some stuff happening just a moment ago. Bucks and Falcons. The Dirty Birds. Alright. What else do we got? Another email here. This one will probably be a good one to share. Why not? Esperanza United. Photo Voice. So this one says, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, DVAM. A time to raise awareness and promote systems change in our communities. Photo Voice, a participatory action methodology, empowers communities to identify and address their needs and strengths while fostering social change. Check out this video resource we made for educators, community advocates, and youth leaders to learn about and teach the steps of Photo Voice. Okay. Hey, I know you. In celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, September 15th to October 15th, Esperanza United invited Las Atípicas to our Conversations Over Cafecito podcast. This group of middle-aged and older women transforms traditional Puerto Rican music by blending it with contemporary genres, even performing with Bad Bunny at the Latin Grammys. In this episode, we speak with two of the original members, Albita Montero and Vanessa Irizarry, about their inspiring journey, their activism through music, and how they continue to build community resistance from stage. Join us at a heartfelt celebration of culture, music, and empowerment. I like it. En español. Alright, let's try this again. Octubre es el mes de concientización sobre la violencia doméstica. Un momento para crear conciencia y promover el cambio de sistemas en nuestras comunidades. Photo Voice, una metodología de acción participativa, empodera a las comunidades para identificar y abordar sus necesidades y fortalezas mientras fomenta el cambio social. Mira este recurso en este video dirigido a educadores, defensores de la comunidad y líderes juveniles para aprender y enseñar los pasos de Photo Voice. las atípicas de Puerto Rico. En celebración del mes de la gerencia hispana, el 15 de septiembre hasta el 16 de octubre. Destacamos a las atípicas en nuestro podcast Conversations over Cafecito. Oh my gosh, Cousins he just downed the ball with 1 second left. This is too much. Now they're going to kick it, and Koo's going to kick it. Okay. Distraction. Okay, here we go. Este grupo de mujeres de mediana edad transforma la música tradición puertorriqueña al mezclar con géneros contemporáneos y hasta han participado con Bad Bunny en los Grammy. En ese episodio hablamos con dos de las miembros originales, Alpita Montero y Vanessa Irizarry, sobre su inspiradora trayectoria, su activismo a través de la música y cómo continúan construyendo comunidad y resistencia desde el escenario. Únete a nosotros para una celebración conmovedora de la cultura, la música y el empoderamiento. Okay, muy bien. So, we'll go ahead and delete that email, but thought I'd give that a read because it's good information, and now I know. It's like the more you know, right? Alright, so what else we got here? I'm gonna pull some other things on screen. Boom, boom, boom. In fact, I'm just gonna probably go through and, well, yeah, whatever. Joker's playing. Get some points. It's in theater starting tomorrow. Mean Girls is coming back. That's cool. Alright, well, don't need that anyway, so let's just delete it. Alright, got a coupon for a bike shop, which is useful to keep, so I'll probably just archive that. Okay, here's the kick from Koo. The snap, the hold, the kick. It's good. They're going to OT. They're going to OT. Alright, hold on a second. I think I'm just going to fly through these emails behind the scenes, see what they say, delete them if I don't want you to see them. Yeah, let's delete that. We signed in. Yep, I did. Oh yeah, we can get rid of that. One-time payment. There it goes. Amazon order. Delete. 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 Alright, I think the rest of these are okay to go through. Alright, so this is now live on your channel 3 minutes ago. So this is actually this stream, just telling me I'm live. So I'm gonna delete that. Here's that coupon I mentioned earlier before. I'm gonna save that. This is just Robinhood saying I got a statement. Actually, you know what? I kind of like reading them this way. If I go this view, the toggle the right. Oh, see, boy, I might want to read this. James Clear, he's got some interesting things. All right, the most wisdom per word of any newsletter on the web. 3, 2, 1 on the power of going for it, the value of sharing what you know, and how to figure out what you really want. Well, those sound pretty good to me. 3 ideas. Focus on your likes, not your wants. You may not want to exercise, but you like how it makes you feel. You may not want to write, but you like the feeling of accomplishment. You may not want to wake up early, but you like the calm beauty of the morning. Wanting is the desire you feel before doing something. Liking is the satisfaction you feel after doing something. Let your likes guide you. All right, I like that. 2, read, but don't just read. Read the best book you can find. Write, but don't just write. Write the best idea you can conceive. Okay. 3, there are many ways to win in business, but there is one surefire way to lose. Run out of money. Entrepreneurship is a game of survival. Yeah, ain't that the frickin' truth? Yep. There's a surefire. Many ways to win, but there's one surefire. Where do we lose? And that's why the access to capital, again, so key in so many ways. Okay, 2 quotes from others. Musician and comedian Tim Minchin on sharing what you know. Even if you're not a teacher, be a teacher. Share your ideas. Don't take for granted your education. Rejoice in what you learn and spray it. Source, 9 Life Lessons. 2, singer and songwriter Kim Gordon on the power of going for it. People pay to see others believe in themselves. Interesting. That is true. 1 question for you. Ask yourself this question 3 times and try to redefine and improve your answer each time. What do I really want? Oh gosh, yeah, what do I... do I want to share this? 3, 2, 1. Okay, so... yeah, let's try this. What do I really want? Ask this question 3 times. What do I really want? I really want to... man, that's such a hard question. I would say, like, really want to be... I really want to... like, I want to thrive, I want to feel like I'm achieving my goals. I want to achieve what I say I'm out to do, thrive, be dependable, have fun, travel. It's like a lot of things, but what do I really want? Okay, I asked second time. What do I want? Refine and improve the answer each time. I want to... what do I really want? I want to be powerful. In the face of like challenges, like really have mastery over challenges and be able to like powerfully solve problems. I think that's actually probably third time. What do I really want? Oh, it's tough. It's like, how do I really find this answer? What do I really want? I want to be powerfully solving problems for people and businesses, my community, my family, right? Powerfully solving problems. Yeah, I think that's good. I like that. Maybe I'll journal that. Did the 3, 2, 1. Decided I want to powerfully solve problems. Did the 3, 2, 1. Decided I want to powerfully solve problems. Alright. Oh yeah, I went to Lutzen today. Lots of fun. Here's the Smellinary underspin, sorry. Yeah, look at that big old bass. Little smallmouth. Stock up on them fall favorites. Those look cool. Yup. Oh, look at that, boy. Fall favorites. Yeah, I need to get fishing. Alright, Gibson app. I'd used the Gibson app for a little bit, but I haven't. I'll probably unsubscribe from that. Chewy. Buy 2, get a third. What is this? I don't know. Is their dog a cucumber? That does not look normal. Alright. Next. Let's see, what date is this? I won't be in town for that. Delete. Solicitation, delete. Car solicitations. Delete. Dell solicitations, no thanks. Oh yeah, my video is blocked in some territories. Dang, the Falcons won an OT. No way. Kirko Chains. This is too much. Oh my god, he's giving them so much hope in Atlanta. What happened? What happened? Kirko. Kirko Chains with the win. So that puts the Falcons at 3-2. Same with the Bucks. Okay, okay. Oh my gosh. There's Cousins. He's gonna swag surf tonight. I can't believe that. There he is talking to Mayfield. Probably passing on some sage advice. Like how he always does. Well, anyway, so looks like we got slapped on the wrist. Content used. Doja Cat. Saweetie. And this one. Audio, no impact until you become a monetized creator. Blocked in 2 territories. No way. What does that even mean, blocked in 2 territories? Oops, something went wrong. That doesn't make any sense. Alright. Taco Bell. Nope. Let's see. That's another one. I used to play a little Diablo, but not anymore. So boom. Inbox 0. What a lovely feeling. Anywho, we'll go ahead and let's check that off the list. This is the most satisfying part, is going back to this to-do list and being like, I did my email. Alright. Now check the bank account. And just check that everything looks alright there. Today is Thursday. Oh my gosh, there he is. He's swag surfing. I knew it. I knew he would swag surf. Alright, we checked it. And now, last of the daily habits, the morning ones at least, is to check YNAB. YNAB stands for you need a budget. I won't show you my budget, but I'll probably talk through it a little bit. But mainly what I do is I just go through and I just categorize some transactions. So I'll just go in and I'll like see what else has come in. It links to the account so the transactions come in. And I just got to make sure that they get categorized correctly. It usually takes like a minute or whatever. And then I usually just check the actual budget itself and just make sure like I've allocated all the monies and all the places that I want to. Oh, they're interviewing Kirko. This is great.
Tequila, we go.
Daryl Hodge has got a lot of people to
Oh,
celebrate
never
with.
mind.
Daryl, we can see the emotion on your face.
They're talking to Daryl. They're not talking to Kirko. I'll wait for them to talk to Kirko. They're probably going to show the Kirko thing later. Alright, so check in the budget. Everything looks good there. Oh, wait, no. Here, I got to cross these off. So went to the bakery, so that's groceries, couple Amazon orders, so that's considered shopping. I put some money away in the investment account, so that's under savings. And I did buy a new shower kit because I was doing a shower replacement project and plumbing replacement project, so that's there. Went to another shopping store, and then a medical bill. And those all got categorized correctly. So I've categorized those, and then I just got a budget for them. So I'm now budgeting for them. So far, I've spent $61 on groceries this month. I've spent $95 on home improvements. I've spent $153 on shopping this month. Alright, so where are we at this month? I've spent $435 so far. So that's 3 days. I'm living like $115 a day, which, you know, is that about right? That's actually probably less than my normal, which can vary, but yeah. All right, that's something interesting to figure out. It's like how much does a day cost? You know, like what are you like if you just took all your money you spent in a month and just divide it by the number of days in a month, and you're like, this is just my daily life, daily cost to live, basically. Be interesting to know that number. I kind of do actually. It's probably somewhere between like 300 to 400 a day. That's including all the bills, all the shopping, all the savings, all the everything. It's probably around that. Man, I can't believe Kirko Chains with that. Oh, that TD was at the end. Are you kidding me? What was that, like 60 yards or something? Man, I can't believe that. That's wild. All right, so now we're gonna practice a little bit of gratitude and generosity. So, I'm grateful I made it safely back on this trip. 6 hours in the car is a lot. So, being able to travel for 6 hours and make it safely back home is a blessing. So I'm actually going to give my gratitude to that for the day. And then now let's go ahead and let's get into a little Bible reading. I'm in Numbers right now. I'm reading this kind of this Bible plan. It's reading the Bible in a year. We'll bring that on screen here. Boom. So trying to read this over a year. I've already read it once. This is my second time going through it. But the first time I read it over like 3 to 4 years, and I like stopped and started a bunch, and there was like there's big periods of times where like I wasn't like reading it or anything, and so I want to read it, and I'll stream reading it too from time to time. And here we go. So today we got three chapters to read, starting at Numbers 8. Now this is, these are some interesting chapters. Like it's, you'll see what I'm talking about. Setting up the lamps. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to Aaron and say to him, when you set up the lamps, see that all 7 light up the area in front of the lampstand." Aaron did so. He set up the lamps so that they faced forward on the lampstands, just as the Lord commanded Moses. This is how the lampstand was made. It was made of hammered gold from its base to its blossoms. The lampstand was made exactly like the pattern the Lord had shown Moses. The setting apart of the Levites. The Lord said to Moses, "Take the Levites from among all the Israelites and make them ceremonially clean. To purify them, do this. Sprinkle the water of the cleansing on them, and then have them shave their whole bodies and wash their clothes, and so they will purify themselves. Have them take a young bull with its grain offering of the finest flour mixed with olive oil. Then you will take a second young bull for a sin offering. Bring the Levites to the front of the tent of meeting and assemble the whole Israelite community. You are to bring the Levites before the Lord, and the Israelites are to lay their hands on them. Aaron is to present the Levites before the Lord as a wave offering from the Israelites, so that they may be ready to do the work of the Lord. Then the Levites are to lay their hands on the heads of the bulls, using one of the sin offerings to the Lord, and the other for a burnt offering to make atonement for the Levites. Have the Levites stand in front of Aaron and his sons, and then present them as a wave offering. I've never heard of wave offering to the Lord. In this way, you are to set the Levites apart from the other Israelites, and the Levites will be mine. After you have purified the Levites and presented them as a wave offering, they are to come to do their work at the tent of meeting. They are the Israelites who are to be given wholly to me. I have taken them as my own in place of the firstborn, the first male offspring from every Israelite woman. Every firstborn male in Israel, whether human or animal, is mine. When I struck down all the firstborn in Egypt, I set them apart for myself, and I have taken the Levites in place of all the firstborn sons in Israel. From among all the Israelites, I have given the Levites as gifts to Aaron and his sons to do the work at the tent of meeting on behalf of the Israelites and make atonement for them, so that no plague will strike the Israelites when they go near the sanctuary. Moses, Aaron, and the whole Israelite community did with the Levites just as the Lord commanded Moses. The Levites purified themselves and washed their clothes. Then Aaron presented them as a wave offering before the Lord and made atonement for them to purify them. After that, the Levites came to do their work at the tent of meeting under the supervision of Aaron and his sons. They did with the Levites just as the Lord commanded Moses. The Lord said to Moses, "This applies to the Levites. Men 25 years old or more shall come to take part in the work at the tent of meeting, but at the age of 50 they must retire from their regular service and work no longer. They may assist their brothers in performing their duties at the tent of meeting, but they themselves must not do the work. Then this is how you are to assign the responsibilities of the Levites." Next one. All right, so let's do this. Ooh, funny. Like this camera does funny things when I do funny things like that. All right. The Lord spoke to Moses in the okay, so this is the Passover now. Numbers 9. The Lord spoke to Moses in the desert of Sinai in the first month of the second year after they came out of Egypt. He said, "Have the Israelites celebrate the Passover at the anointed time. Celebrate it at the appointed time at twilight on the 14th day of this month, in accordance with all its rules and regulations." So Moses told the Israelites to celebrate the Passover, and they did so in the desert of Sinai at twilight on the 14th day of the first month. The Israelites did everything just as the Lord commanded Moses. But some of them could not celebrate the Passover on that day because they were ceremonially unclean on account of a dead body. So they came to Moses and Aaron at that same day and said to Moses, "We have become unclean because of a dead body, but why should we be kept from presenting the Lord's offering with other Israelites at the appointed time?" Moses answered them, "Wait until I find out what the Lord commands concerning you." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Tell the Israelites, when any of you of your descendants are unclean because of a dead body or are away on a journey, they are still to celebrate the Lord's Passover. But they are to do it on the 14th day of the second month at twilight. They are to eat lamb together with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. They must not leave any of it till morning or break any of its bones. When they celebrate Passover, they must follow all the regulations. But if anyone who is ceremonially clean and not on a journey fails to celebrate Passover, they must be cut off from the people for not presenting the Lord's offering at the appointed time. They will bear the consequences of their sin. A foreigner residing among you is also to celebrate the Lord's Passover in accordance with its rules and regulations. You must have the same regulations for both foreigner and native born." It's good to know. The cloud above the tabernacle. On the day of the tabernacle, the tent of the covenant law was set up. The cloud covered it. From evening till morning, the cloud above the tabernacle looked like fire. That is how it continued to be. The cloud covered it, and at night it looked like fire. Whenever the cloud lifted from above the tent, the Israelites set out. Wherever the cloud settled, the Israelites camped. At the Lord's command, the Israelites set out, and at his command they encamped. As long as the cloud stayed over the tabernacle, they remained in camp. When the cloud remained over the tabernacle a long time, the Israelites obeyed the Lord's order and did not set out. Sometimes the cloud was over the tabernacle only a few days. At the Lord's command, they would encamp, and then at his command, they would set out. Sometimes the cloud stayed only from evening to morning, and when it lifted in the morning, they set out, whether by day or by night. Whenever the cloud lifted, they set out. Wherever the cloud stayed over the tabernacle for 2 days or for a month or a year, the Israelites would remain in camp and not set out. But when it lifted, they would set out. At the Lord's command, they encamped in, and at the Lord's command, they set out. They obeyed the Lord's order in accordance with his command through Moses. And our third chapter here, Numbers 10, the silver trumpets. The Lord said to Moses, "Make 2 trumpets of hammered silver and use them for calling the community together and for having the camp set out. When both are sounded, the whole community is to assemble before you at the entrance to the tent of meeting. If only one is sounded, leaders The heads of the clans of Israel are to assemble before you. When a trumpet blast is sounded, the tribes camping out on the east are to set out. At the sounding of the second blast, the camps on the south are to set out. On the blast of the signal for setting out. To gather the assembly, blow the trumpets, but not with the signal for setting out. The sons of Aaron, the priests, are to blow the trumpets. This is be a lasting ordinance for you in the generations to come. When you go into battle in your own land against an enemy who is oppressing you, sound a blast on the trumpets. Then you will be remembered by the Lord your God and rescued from your enemies. Also at your times of rejoicing, your appointed festivals and new moon feasts, you are to sound the trumpets over your burnt offerings and fellowship offerings, and they will be a memorial for you before your God. I am the Lord your God. The Israelites leave Sinai. On the 20th day of the second month of the second year, the cloud lifted from above the tabernacle of the covenant law. Then the Israelites set out from the desert of Sinai and traveled from place to place until the cloud came to rest in the desert of Paran. They set out the first time at the Lord's command through Moses. The divisions of the camp of Judah went first, under their standard. Nahshon, son of Amminadab, was in command. Nathaniel, son of Zuar, was over the division of the tribe of Issachar. And Eliab, son of Elon, was also over the division of the tribe of Zebulun. Then the tabernacle was taken down, and the Gershonites and the Merarites, who carried it, set out. The divisions of the camp of Reuben went next under their standard. Elizur, son of Shadur, was in command. Shelumiel, son of Zurishaddai, was over the division of the tribe of Simon. And Elisaph, son of Deuel, was over the divisions of the tribe of Gad. Then the Koshnites set out, carrying the holy things. The tabernacle was set before they arrived. The divisions of the camp of Ephraim went next, under the standard. Elishama, son of Ammihud, was in command. Gamaliel, son of Pedazur, was over the division of the tribe of Manasseh. And Abidan, son of Gedoni, was over the division in the tribe of Benjamin. Finally, as the rear guard for all the units, divisions of the camp of Dan set out under the standard, Ahazer of Ammishnadai was in command. Pagiel, son of Okran, was over the division of the tribe of Asher, and Ahira, son of Enan, was over the division of the tribe of Naphtali. This was the order of march for the Israelite division as they set out. Now Moses said to Hobab, son of Ruel, the Midianite, Moses' father-in-law, "We are setting out for the place about which the Lord said, 'I will give it to you.' Come with us, and we will treat you well, for the Lord has promised good things to Israel." He answered, "No, I will not go. I am going back to my own land and my own people." But Moses said, "Please do not leave us. You know where we should camp in the wilderness, and you can be our eyes. If you come with us, we will share with you whatever good things the Lord gives us." So they set out on the mountain of the Lord and traveled for 3 days. The ark of the covenant of the Lord went before them during those 3 days to find them a place to rest. The cloud of the Lord was over them by day, and when they set out for the camp. Whenever the ark set out, Moses said, "Rise up, Lord, may your enemies be scattered, may your foes flee before you." I like that saying right there. Whenever it came to rest, he said, "Return, Lord, to the countless thousands of Israel." And that is it for that. Let's see here. All right. And I wonder what comes next. So now let's go back to Sansama. And we spent about 11 minutes reading the Bible, so we're good there. I did do some garden work earlier today. I will need to do something soon to handle a plant that I harvested. So I harvested the plants. I gotta do some stuff there, frankly. I'm not gonna do anything around golf. I did practice some Spanish, but I got practice on the Duolingo, and I'm also just not gonna do guitar today. Sorry, just won't. But for now, let's go ahead and do the duo. That's probably the one more thing I'm gonna do here, and then I'll probably take just a little mini break to rest the vocal cords. But why don't we go ahead and we'll get Duolingo fired up here. Duolingo. already have an account. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see what we got. Describe.
Nunca estamos tristes.
We are never sad. I mean,
Mis amigos están
mis amigos están tristes hoy.
No estamos felices hoy.
No estamos felices hoy. No estamos felices hoy. Oh, I thought this was a say it back thing. We are not happy today.
Los chicos
Los chicos están muy felices hoy.
Ellas están sorprendidas.
They are surprised.
Mis hijos están emocionados.
My children are excited. Emocionados. Ellos están emocionados porque hoy es la final de fútbol.
Mis padres no están enojados.
My parents are not angry.
Tu papá y yo estamos enojados, hijo.
¿Por qué ellas están preocupadas?
¿Por qué ellas están
Preocupadas.
Why are they worried? Ahí está.
Mis hermanas no están preocupadas.
Mis hermanas no están preocupadas.
Las chicas están nerviosas en la clase.
The girls are nervous in the class.
Nosotros estamos
nerviosos aquí.
Estamos sorprendidos. Están sorprendidos.
Ellas están muy emocionadas ahora.
Parents are worried.
Tus padres están preocupados ahora. ¿Por qué estás nervioso?
Wah, wah. You earn 3 extra streak freezes for each. Wow. It's gonna really take a break now. You're over halfway to your 365 streaks. Oh no. I'm in the demotion zone here. In the Diamond League. Might have to do a couple more. Couple more. Yeah, I definitely want to get these too. So I should try maybe do 4 perfect lessons.
Están.
Ellas no están enfermas. They are not sick. Las personas enfermas están en el hospital.
El baño está
El baño
limpio
está
ahora.
The bathroom is clean now.
Las ventanas están abiertas.
The windows are open.
¿Ustedes están cansados hoy?
Are you tired today?
Mi dormitorio está sucio ahora.
My bedroom is dirty now.
La biblioteca está cerrada hoy.
The library is closed today.
Los señores están ocupados ahora.
The gentlemen are busy now.
Mi marido y
Mi marido y yo estamos ocupados hoy. Cerrado.
Los bancos
Los bancos no están abiertos los domingos. Limpio.
Esta camisa no está sucia. Esta camisa no está sucia.
Mis hijas necesitan dormir más.
¿Por qué?
¿Mis camisas están limpias? Mis
camisas
están
limpias.
limpias.
Size, talla.
Guitarra.
Nuestro. Dirty, sucio, handsome, guapo. Red, rojo, o tinto.
Tinto.
Clock, reloj. Open,
Abierto.
White, blanco.
Blanco.
Guitarra. Wah. Ooh, that October badge is pretty sweet though. Alright, how we doing here? Ooh, still in demotion zone. Amarillo. Negro.
Ellos son altos.
They are tall.
¿Tu casa es grande?
Is your house big? Uf, esta maleta es grande. Quisiera tener una maleta pequeña.
Mi casa es amarilla.
My house is yellow.
Fernanda es muy guapa.
Fernanda es muy guapa. Fernanda is very good looking.
Nosotros somos rubios.
We are blonde. Nosotros somos rubios. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. We and blonde. Of course I know it's not
Esas
that.
camisetas son negras.
Those t-shirts are black.
Nuestros hermanos son morenos.
My brothers are dark-haired.
Esas
Oh,
chicas
shoot.
son altas.
Esas chicas son altas. I got it wrong somehow. I don't know what I got wrong.
Mi madre es rubia. Mi madre es
rubia.
rubia.
Estos
Rubia.
zapatos son negros.
Estos zapatos son negros.
Estos bolígrafos son amarillos. Son
Estos bolígrafos son
amarillos.
amarillos.
Tú no eres moreno.
Tú no eres moreno. Handsome, guapo.
Guapo.
Fork, tenedor.
Tenedor.
Drink, bebida.
Bebida.
Clock, reloj.
Reloj.
13, terce.
Nosotras
Nosotras somos morenas.
morenas.
Brunettes, okay.
Nosotros somos rubios.
We are blonde.
Rubios. Nuestros hermanos son morenos.
My brothers are
Morenos.
dark. Haired?
Morenos.
Or dark person? So
Morenos.
dark. Morenos? Oh, it is dark hair.
Nuestros hermanos son morenos.
They're just dark. My brothers are dark haired. Wait a second. Oh, our brothers.
Nuestros hermanos son morenos.
Gosh. Dark haired. There we go. Wah, wah. That was not a perfect lesson. And I'm still not out of this danger zone. I need what? 117 more. Fine, let's do it.
Bruno es divertido.
Bruno is funny.
Mi maestro es divertido.
Mi maestro también.
Él es una persona alta.
He is a tall person.
Ellas son inteligentes.
They are intelligent.
Ellos son muy inteligentes. Ellos son muy inteligentes.
Mi novio es muy simpático.
Tu perro es muy simpático.
Ese niño es muy estudioso.
That boy is very studious, estudioso.
Felipe,
Felipe, tú no eres estudioso.
Pedro y Alberto son perezosos.
Pedro and Alberto are perezosos.
Perezosos.
Perezosos, lazy. That's,
Somos muy responsables en el trabajo.
We are very responsible at work. Responsible.
Yo soy muy
Responsable.
perezoso.
Yo soy muy perezoso. Perezoso.
Yo siempre soy responsable.
Yo
Siempre soy responsable.
Wah, wah. He is a tall person.
Él
Él
es
una
una persona alta.
This girl is lazy.
Esta niña es perezosa.
Perezosa. Juan is not a modern person.
Juan no es una moderna.
Is it a perfect lesson? Wah wah. We did it. Alright, what's next? Oh, did I move out? Oh, I'm 2 XP away. Alright, fine. Well, I gotta do it, right? Maybe I can do one more perfect lesson.
Nosotros somos rubios.
We are blonde.
Nuestros hermanos son morenos.
Our brothers are dark-haired.
Este niño siempre es responsable en la escuela.
This boy is always responsible at school.
Lo siento, estamos muy enfermos hoy.
Lo siento.
Siento, estamos muy enfermos hoy.
Rafael, tú eres perezoso.
You are lazy.
Mi esposo es moreno. Mi esposo
Mi esposo es
moreno.
Tu hermano es...
Tu hermano es muy simpático.
Tú no eres moreno.
Tú
no eres moreno.
Este
camarero es muy simpático.
Mis abuelos no están muy sorprendidos. Abuelos. No. Mis abuelos no están muy sorprendidos. Muy sorprendidos.
Tu papá y yo estamos enojados.
Yo también, mamá.
Tu perro es muy simpático.
Gracias, tu gato también. Perfect lesson. Wah, wah. Oh, of course. Now, so I'm trying to not do this. I get the 2 XP boost. I do not want to do this legendary thing. Heck no.
Un apartamento muy sucio. Bea está en el apartamento de su amiga Marina.
Hola, Marina. ¿Cómo estás? Terrible. Ay, no. Pero... Mi nueva compañera de cuarto y yo siempre discutimos.
Compañera de cuarto. Siempre, okay.
No estoy sorprendida. La cocina está muy sucia. Sí, lo sé. ¿Y qué es eso sobre la mesa? ¿Queso viejo?
Queso.
Sí. Buah.
Buah.
También hay ropa sucia sobre esta silla.
Sobre esta silla.
Marina, pero esta es tu camisa. Sí. Esta es tu ropa. ¿Y el queso viejo también es tuyo?
Sí, yo nunca limpio y mi compañera de cuarto siempre está enojada. Es terrible.
Compañera de cuarto. Tuyo. Sucia. Sorprendida. Alright, I think we can call that good on Spanish lessons for the day. Not only did I do this Duolingo, but then I also what did I do? I also read a couple emails in Spanish. So feeling good on that. I'm gonna probably take a little bit of break here, get some water, and then I am gonna probably come back and play some Binding of Isaac. So if you want to see me game for a little bit here, I will be doing that. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and take a brief pause, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Alright, we're back. Alright, now, why don't we get into a little bit of Binding of Isaac. I'll fire up my Steam and we'll fire up this game. Oh.
Isaac and his mother lived alone in a small house on a hill. Isaac kept to himself, drawing pictures and playing with his toys as his mom watched Christian broadcasts on the television. Life was simple, and they were both happy. That was until the day Isaac's mom heard a voice from above. Your son has become corrupted by sin. He needs to be saved.
Chroma key to be better.
I will do my best to save him, my lord, Isaac's mother replied, rushing into Isaac's room, removing all that was evil from his life.
Why does it look like
Again, the voice called to her.
It's so funny.
Isaac's soul is still corrupt. He needs to be cut off from all that is evil in this world and confess his sins. I will follow your instructions, Lord. I have faith in thee, Isaac's mother replied, as she locked Isaac in his room, away from the evils of the world. One last time, Isaac's mom heard the voice of God calling to her. You've done as I've asked, but I still question your devotion to me. To prove your faith, I will ask one more thing of you. Yes, Lord, anything, Isaac's mother begged. To prove your love and devotion, I require a sacrifice. Your son, Isaac, will be this sacrifice. Go into his room and end...
Oh. I just got an alert. Let's see. Might have to be a quick game here. Let's get at least one run in here. I have Judas now. Dang. Oh boy. Okay, I'm almost dead. It's like, what does this book do? Wow, let's see. Oh yeah, but this is not me. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have to do another one. That was so funny. I don't know if I can use this in addition to or it's one or the other.